Hey there and welcome. This is Scott Ewert, the DIY web guy. And in this training, what I'm going to cover is how to get more traffic and leads for your business. And it can be any business that you have, whether it's affiliate marketing, some sort of direct sales or network marketing opportunity, or you can even use these strategies for brick and mortar businesses to drive more attention to your website or to other offers that you have. So, what I want to do today is take a step back a little bit and talk about some of the fundamentals of traffic. And we're going to go over some methods in detail. I'll do demos on some of them. And this is meant to be a very comprehensive understanding of how to use traffic from the internet to get more leads and ultimately more sales for your business. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so like I said, what I want to spend this time on is teaching you how to get more traffic and leads for your business. First of all, I just want to thank you and welcome you here because being here and investing in yourself is a huge step. And we're going to take some time tonight. So, a lot of people are tending towards those sort of 2 and 3 minute videos. But what we want to do is to go over some really solid strategies so that you can take some good notes. Even come back and watch this again if you want to go and implement some of them and watch how I've done them. So we're here because traffic is important for everything that we do. And it's important because traffic plus conversions of that traffic equals sales. And that's what we're all looking for is sales. And it's critical for any business. And the important thing to know is it's not just traffic, because traffic is more than meets the eye. And the reason that I say this is because there's a lot of people that just say traffic, 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 and it's really important to understand that there's more to it than that. And that's what I'm going to cover in some of the basics tonight. So again, I just want to thank you for being here. And as we go through this, I will continue to try to show you the value of the different things that I'm talking about so you realize that it's worth your time and investment by being here, all right? So what you are going to learn with this training. So I want to talk through the fundamentals of traffic and lead generation. So we're going to go through some basics there, and I'm going to walk you through 8 different methods of generating traffic and leads. And for each method, I'm going to talk about where to drive the traffic because it's not all the same. Depending on where you're running the traffic, it can be to a lead capture page, it can be to your blog, it can be to your offer directly. So I want to talk about when you do a different traffic method, where you send that traffic and why. And then what do you do with the leads when you get them? And it's really important to think beyond just getting the traffic and getting the lead into your system in whatever way that is, because you have to actually do something then with the lead, right, in order to get that conversion and into sales. So let's first start off with why listen to me. Well, I've been online for over 4 years and I've been working at this for a long time. And I have struggled, I've been frustrated, and I almost gave up many times, but I really wanted to stick with it and persevere because it was speaking to me. I knew that I needed to do this and I knew it was out there. I knew that there's money to be made and this was a good alternative for me to my corporate job and a good backup plan for me. Now, I spent way more money, especially at first, than I made. And that was because I tried all of these different things, but I finally learned the secret. And the secret is to take fast action, to learn the basics, the foundational stuff about what you're doing, take fast action, implement it, and share with others what you learn. And it's going to come back to you. So, you've probably heard that before too, and I heard it before and I didn't listen. And once I started doing that, then that's actually what happened. So I'm here to tell you that that actually works. So take whatever you learn here tonight, you learn it, you take fast action, you implement it, and then go and share it with people that you know, share it with your followers, do a training on it, because all those things are going to come back to you. I also have some proof. If you can see this picture, I wasn't at the event, unfortunately, but right over here is a check made out to me from Matt Lloyd for my online business empire for over $24,000. And that was just in one portion of the work that I did with Matt on driving traffic and making sales with his My Online Business Empire system. So that's just some of the money that I've made. So I have learned how to generate traffic. I have learned how to generate good traffic, how to build relationships, and how to build a team. So that's why I hope that you will take what I say here in this training and take it to heart and know that what I'm teaching you is going to help you go out and do the same thing. So let's go ahead and get started with some traffic fundamentals. Now, with the traffic, there's two main types of traffic, right? There's cold traffic and there's warm traffic. So what I mean by cold traffic is that it comes in from people that you absolutely do not know. You run some sort of ad to somebody's list, they don't know you, and you have a much harder time sort of getting somebody to know, like, and trust you enough to buy from you. So cold traffic is one way, and then warm traffic is more something where people are following your blog and you do a new blog post, or you have friends on Facebook and you share a post with them about something. And that's more warm traffic where people know you. They still may not be, hot traffic and ready to buy from you immediately. But it is definitely somebody that knows you a little bit more. It might be your email list as well. So two different types of traffic, right? Now, it still comes down to building relationships. Now, I got to tell you, when I started this online business, I did not want to do relationships. I actually started off in network marketing, which is about networking and building relationships. But what I learned is that I only had a few hours a day, and that few hours a day was early in the morning and behind the computer. And so I just wanted to be like a machine and create a cash printing machine. And you can get to that point, but first you have to build relationships with people. It's the only way they're going to be consistent buyers for you. So it's really important, and I'm going to talk about this how and when a little bit later on, but it's important that you build relationships with people who come in and are your leads. All right, so don't think that you can get away with that. If you don't want to do it, you might as well turn off right now, because it is an essential part of what you do with the traffic to convert it and to convert it into sales. Trust me, I have learned that. All right, now, targets for your traffic. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different methods, but there are certain things that you need to do in order to set up and be ready for that traffic once you get it. So some will require a video. So you're going to drive people to a video, and I'm going to suggest that you put it on YouTube. Now, a lot of people have some issues with YouTube, and that's fine, but the reason that I have you put it on YouTube is because YouTube, depending on whatever device, if it's a computer or a mobile device, it will adjust the video proportions correctly so the person that's viewing it sees the video in the right way. So that's why it's critical that you post whatever video you're driving traffic to there. And what I'm going to suggest is in your video, if you know it well enough, that you can put in a link at the end into the video itself, or put the link to wherever you want to drive them to afterwards and capture the lead in the description box below on YouTube. So that's really important to understand, and I'll show you a sample of that. All right, so the other place is your blog. Now, if you have a blog, then obviously that's ideal. If you don't have one, I would consider getting one and reach out to me, because I know a great person who can give you some training on how to build a good blog. But it's important to have a blog for a couple reasons. It's a home base, if you will, for the content that you make. It also brands you. It gives people a place to opt in and get on your list. It gives you a place to drive traffic to, and it becomes important. So I'm going to talk about that as we go through some of the different methods here. And then also lead capture pages. So everybody should know, but maybe not. So we abbreviate sort of LCP, as you'll see through the rest of the presentation here. But all it is it should just be, some text and a place for somebody to put their name and email in. The goal on a lead capture page is to capture the information for the person, and you need to offer them something in exchange for that information. So whether it's a video, a report, or something that you're offering them on the other side. So the point is that you're driving them to a place where you can capture that information, and then you can start building a relationship with them through email follow-ups, through videos, or through reaching out and talking to them personally. So those are the three main targets for your traffic. And then you are going to follow up with your email sequences through social media and build the relationships for people that as they come in, and that's going to ultimately help you convert that traffic and make more sales. So those are the fundamentals of traffic. Now, there's 8 methods that we're going to walk through in this training, and the first one is Twitter. Now, Twitter, we're going to drive the Twitter traffic to a YouTube video. So wherever you're driving them, whatever ad you're doing on Twitter, then you're going to drive them to a YouTube video. We're going to talk about Bing. Now, Bing is a search engine, but it works together with Yahoo as well to do ads. Now, you need to drive traffic to a generic lead capture page with Bing ads. And we're going to talk in more detail about that. Same with solo ads. I'm going to talk about solo ads. And solo ads are just a way that you can put your ad in front of other people's email list, but you're going to drive them to a generic lead capture page. Now, a blog post. This is where you're going to, I suggest you use some sort of video, and in the text below the video on your blog, then you'll have a description of the video and a link to your product or your opportunity. Now, your Facebook post is another way to add, and this is where you're going to do a post on your fan page. And now I'm going to suggest that you drive that traffic from the Facebook post to a blog post. The reason being is that when you run an ad to the post, Facebook likes it when you stay inside of Facebook. So the ad will go to the post, but the post itself will go to your blog because, again, that blog is branding. You have a lot more say over what the blog post looks like, the pictures, the videos, whatever you do there, but you will just want to drive them to a blog post from the Facebook post. Now, Facebook likes, those are different. Those become, think of those as leads. So if you run an ad to get likes on your fan page, then those are going to become leads. So every new like that you get, you need to reach out to them and start building a relationship. So they're going to go directly to your fan page. Now, you can also run an ad to a Facebook, through Facebook to a URL. So this is outside of Facebook, and it's just some page, a lead capture page, or something else that you're doing. So it needs to be generic lead capture page, and we'll talk about that in detail. And then finally, a Facebook event. And this is the way that you create an event inside of Facebook, and then you drive traffic to the event itself. So those are the different methods that we're going to walk through and where you're going to be sending that traffic. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in to the first method, which is Twitter. Okay, so Twitter. So Twitter's been around for a long time, and some people might say that it is not a new method of traffic and leads, but it actually is because it's really an unknown source. People are not familiar with advertising on Twitter, so it is a pretty new method, and their advertising is fairly new as well. So it's really a new method of traffic and leads for you, and it's all nuanced in how you do that within Twitter. So it's sort of like the old Google advertising, because Twitter, you can advertise where it is search-based. So people get on Twitter and they search for conversations, and you can get in front of them and get into those conversations with a keyword and put your ad in front of them. So it's similar to how people go to Google and put in a search term, and they get the search results back, plus they get some ads on the side. So it's very similar with Twitter. Now, there are 2 primary ways that you can get traffic and leads with Twitter. The first is that you build followers. So you can run a campaign where you get new followers on Twitter. And what I'm going to suggest there is that if you do that, you need to think of every new follower as a lead. All right, so even though they're not on your list necessarily, they are a lead because they're a follower on Twitter, and you need to reach out to them and start to build relationships with them. So if you get a new follower on Twitter, you're going to send them a direct message, you're going to thank them, you're going to ask them what their interests are, you're going to read their tweets, you're going to retweet them, you're going to look up their blog and their Facebook post, their Facebook account, and connect with them there and start to build a broader relationship outside of Twitter. And that's how they will then, when you do post tweets on Twitter, and it happens to be for some new advertising that you're doing or a new post that you've done, they'll pay attention to that because you've built a relationship with them, and that's how you'll ultimately get them to convert into a sale. The second way is to advertise the method that I said above, where it's search-based and you insert yourself into conversations that are happening on Twitter. And this is where I'm going to suggest that you create a video on YouTube, and that video is going to be, whatever it is about your product or opportunity that that you're advertising about. And once they've seen the video, then you're going to capture the lead there. So you'll, in the video itself, put a link to your lead capture page or your product or opportunity, whatever that happens to be, and you put it in the description of the video that you upload to YouTube. All right, now the reason that you do that is because 90% of Twitter users review their tweets on mobile devices. So when they see that and they click on it, you want it to go somewhere where the video will show them the video in the right dimensions, so that they see the video, they can hear it, and then they have the ability below the video on whatever device to click on the link that you've given them. Okay, so we're gonna jump over to Twitter, and okay, so when you are in Twitter, there's a couple things to note. As you know, as a Twitter user, if you're familiar with Twitter, you know that you have your tweets here, you're following a certain number of people, and you have a certain amount of followers. Okay, so the people that you're following, they show up here in your feed. Okay, now there's another box over here that is who to follow, and this is the first method that I want to talk to you about, and this is where you get new followers. So basically what you can do is use, like, depending on what industry you're in. So let's say I'm just going to talk to online or internet marketers, because it's majority of what is probably watching this video. And in there, what you want to do is find somebody that has a big following or a recognized leader in the space. So, somebody like Ray Higdon, somebody like Jonathan Budd, if they have a Twitter account, then you want to find those, and then you're going to say, hey, when somebody goes and looks at Jonathan Budd's Twitter page to see his tweets, it's going to say who to follow, and you can get your Twitter account placed right here, and then they're going to go ahead and follow you, and that is where I said they're going to become a new lead for you. Okay, so all that is finding somebody that is in your industry, a leader, somebody that has a lot of followers, and then you pay to place an ad right here in this who to follow box. They'll follow you, they become a lead, you get notified that you're now followed, then you reach out to that person and you start building a relationship with them, learn more about them, connect with them on Facebook, find their blog, and start retweeting their tweets, and just become somebody that's known to them. Okay, so that is the first way. The other way is that you can, as people are looking through the news feed, get your ads to show in certain conversations. So when people come in here and search on something like internet marketing, then all those tweets come up and your ads will show up in front of those tweets. So that's the way that you can insert yourself into people's conversation. Okay, so where you're going to go down and look for the ads is underneath where you do the follow campaigns, and there's a place here called advertise. And when you click on advertise, it's going to take you over to a place where you can set up and work with your ads. Now, the first time that you do this, you will need to create a new account. You'll need to get approved for that, and you will need to fund the campaign with some money. Now, as you do this, you can, of course, set a daily limit on how much you spend every day, so you can control your costs here. So there's a lot of different ways, and Twitter's getting better and better all the time with how they are setting up to do their advertising. So I'm going to come in and just show you really quickly how to create a new campaign. So you're going to create a new campaign, and the first thing it's going to ask you is, do you want to do a promoted account? And this is where you're going to gain more followers, and they show up under that who to follow area, right? Or you're going to do a promoted tweets campaign. So the promoted account campaign, when you do that one, what you're going to do, like I said, is you're going to find and know somebody who you'll go ahead and give it a name here, and you're going to say when you want to start the campaign. You're going to do that based on certain interest or specific followers. Okay, so when you do that, then you can search for usernames, like I mentioned, Ray Higdon or Jonathan Budd or someone like that that you want to search for their usernames, and you can add multiple usernames. You can also import them if you have a list of usernames somewhere. And you can also do interest categories. So as people are searching for a particular interest, you can put those names in there. You can also check the locations. So you can specify, a particular country or have other locations. You can limit the targeting by gender, and you can also exclude certain audiences. Now, the next thing that you can do is that you can tell users why they should follow your account. So you can pick one of your tweets that you've done, and so give them an example of why they should follow you. So that is one thing that you can do. Then you'll just go ahead and set a budget. You'll set, and that's for the whole campaign. Then you set a daily maximum. And then you can, how much do you want to spend per follow? Now this is important because it's going to give you a suggested bid, and that's going to change based on information that you put in here. And then what you also want to do, whatever that is, I would pick the lowest number ad and go on an odd number like 253 for that. And then come back in here in a day or so, and you'll see that that number is lower, and you can reduce the maximum amount, so modify that campaign to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel that, and then I'm going to go over and show you the other type of campaign because it is pretty similar, but you're going to do something just a little bit different. So this is a promoted tweets campaign. Now, just what's different here is that you need to have your tweet already done and linked to your YouTube video. So you're going to, again, give it a campaign name. Now you're going to have the ability to choose a keyword here. So what's going to happen if I click on keywords, then I can go ahead and put in something like I was saying before. And I can do a broad match there. Now this is going to tell me how much daily volume that keyword has. So you'll see over 1 million keywords for internet marketing are done every day. So that's an awful lot. So you might want to narrow that down so you are not sort of lost in the fray there. You can do broad, or you can do exact match. So there's a couple of things that you can do there as you set up your campaign. Now, again, you can do locations. You can customize where they appear either on the timelines or in search results. And again, the same targeting. You can also do specific devices or platforms if you want to just limit it to mobile web on other devices. You want just desktop and laptops. You want all of them. Okay, so you can do that. And then you come down here and you select the tweets, and you can also, as you do new tweets, come in and add those to the campaign. So that's really cool. So you select the tweets, and then you go ahead and set your budget similar to how you did that before. You'll notice here it's lower cost when you first start out for the promoted tweet than it is to get new followers. So just depending on your budget and how you want to do it, again, I would suggest the same thing. Do the lowest number plus a few cents higher, and then come back in here and start adjusting that, because this suggested bid will go down depending on how your campaign is performing. Okay, so that is how you do advertising on Twitter. And again, just remember that it's important that you build relationships with them, the new followers, and then as you go to the YouTube page, make sure that the YouTube page itself has a link inside. So let me go over and I'm going to pull up that my YouTube channel here. Okay, and I'm going to pull up the YouTube channel and just show you how I recommend that you set up your videos. For use. Okay, so I'm going to just pull up as an example. Here's a video I did that's specifically on Twitter traffic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to show you how I set this up, because it's important to understand. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this so it doesn't. So it's important that as you drive traffic from Twitter over, that these links come up, and they will you'll have a link there on your YouTube video where they'll go be able to opt in and capture them as a lead. All right. You also want to make sure that you keyword your video similar to how you are keywording your Twitter ads, and that's going to be, a consistent keyword for that video and whatever that campaign is that you're doing. Okay? So, that is Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and close down my Twitter windows so my computer runs quicker as I'm going through these. All right, and the next one that I want to do is I want to come over here to PowerPoint and come back and talk about Bing. Now, these are the next set of ads that we're going to talk about and the way to get traffic and leads for your business using Bing ads. Now, if you haven't heard of Bing before, it is the Microsoft created search engine, but they have a connection with Yahoo. And so when you do Bing ads, it actually can show on both Bing and Yahoo. Now, most people look at Google as the only place to go for search, but you need to realize that Yahoo is the #4 website in the world. So it is a still very highly trafficked website and completely worth advertising on. Now, Bing is number 23 in the world. So between the two sites and placing ads on both of those, your ads have a very high chance of being showed to people who are searching. Now, remember, this is search traffic. So it's different from social media in that people are out there searching for something and you are going to show up as an ad when they get their search results. So that's what we would call cold traffic, and it's important that you drive them then to a lead capture page that is congruent with what they were searching on. So if they click on it, then they get there and it's not a surprise. The other thing to remember is that if you are promoting a specific product or opportunity, Bing doesn't want you to send it directly to that page. So you need to create more of a generic lead capture page with some text, maybe a video, and that's where they want you to drive your traffic. So and then you can take them there afterwards once they opt in, but it's important in order to get your ads approved to make sure that you set it up that way. So these are like the old Google ads, but they are more flexible and cheaper, and they do allow you to go to, like I said, the home business and also network marketing, but you should have that generic lead capture page. They also have a great keyword research tool, and they have a huge variety of ways to show ads and pay for placement. So how it works is that you should, and I'll walk you through creating an ad, but the title of the ad should match the keyword search term. Okay, so whatever they're searching in should show up in the title and also the description of the ad. So within Bing, you can do ad groups as well. So within one campaign, you could do several ad groups, and I suggest setting up several of them because then you can see which one performs best out of the different types that you'll put in there, and then you can delete the ad groups or pause them and just let the more successful ones run. And then you want to, again, make sure that you drive them to a lead capture page that is congruent with your ad. Okay, so now we're going to hop over and do a demo of Bing ads. Okay, so the way that you get here is you go to bingads.microsoft.com, and you'll need to create an account first. So just like Twitter, you need to create an account. You need to set up funding and make sure that you have given them enough money to start to run some campaigns. And then you can go ahead and come over to and you do that through accounts and billing. And then you can come over to the campaigns tab and set up some campaigns there. So how you're going to want to do that is just click on create campaign. And inside of there, we're going to do a search and content campaign. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to use this lead capture page that's generic, and it's going to give them a video, and this is what you do every day that stops you from making 6 figures a year. So this is really just text, and it lets them opt in and see a video. All right, so the ad that I'm going to set up needs to be congruent with this. So it is, making money online, making 6 figures a year. How you can get to 6 figures in your online business. So I'm going to come back over here to my ads, and when I do this, I'm going to do like I'll just call it, this is my own name, so my own 6 figures LCP ad. and I can set the time zone that I want to run in, which I'm running in Eastern time now, so I'll go ahead and change that. And you can go ahead and give that a budget, so whatever you want to spend every day on it, we'll just do $10 a day on this. And then what language you can choose. You can also choose locations and advanced locations as well there, but we're going to just kind of move through here and select the first type of ad. So the first is text ad. They do have mobile ads, but just know that if you want to do a mobile ad, you need to come back in here and do another ad. So this would be an ad group within the campaign. Okay. Now, the next thing that you want to do is the ad title. So if somebody is going to, if I'm going to take somebody over here, making six figures, online business, making money online, achieving wealth, right? So it has to do with earning money. So need to make more money, something like that, okay? Or okay, so something like that. And then you can go ahead and put in your text. Now you'll see here that below, this is actually building out the ad when you're doing this. So you can go ahead and then say, watch this video to see what is stopping you from making more money now. Okay, maybe I'll just end it there. All right, now the display URL. So this is what I'm going to say. Now this is just what shows. So the destination is actually where I'm going to take them. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to actually get this destination page, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put that in as my destination URL. But my display URL is actually what's going to show here. So this is going to be something like www.get to six figures, or sorry, it should be in line with your ad title. So make more money and .com/six figures. Okay, so as they're seeing that, you'll see here that that starts to show up inside here. So this is going to display, and you can, you know, capitalize things. So it's really to kind of capture their attention there, and that's going to go to a particular link. All right, now in your title, in your text, make more money, right? So that's going to be my keyword. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to enter that keyword, and I'm going to come down here and say add. So you can do that, plus you can research and put in that keyword. You can look at your destination web page wherever you're sending them, or you can do containing a word or phrase. So if I want to say make more money and do a search, then it's going to show me all these different home-based internet business. So I might say that one gets a lot of searches every month. Make more money, 24, 25, 43. And see if any more of those apply. Okay. Now you can use these. These are different types of matches on your keywords. So broad just means it could be something like I want to make more money, and that would capture that keyword. It could be a phrase inside of quotes. It can be exact, so you only want make more money, and that's what people put in. And then you can, if somebody's searching for content outside of the search box, then you can do that. I usually uncheck that one. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead actually and just do exact on the one that I chose and do an ad. All right, so now I have two keywords for this ad. I'm going to do exact on that one, so you can set that up as well. And I'm going to uncheck broad, so I just want my exact matches on these keywords. Now, so this shows you 13 cents is going to get you on the first page bid. This is 84 cents. Now the other thing that you can do here is that you can say, okay, I just want it on the first page for 13 cents, and it can be anywhere on the right hand side. It could be along the top, so it can be one of the top ads that they see that come across the different ways, different pages that people are on. Then you can also choose to do $6.87 for the best position. So that's going to give you the top ranking position. So I would only do that if you are, you have a lot of money to spend and you are very confident that where you're sending them is worth $6.87. But otherwise, just do a first page bid, and that's going to get you on the first page. And if your ad's compelling, by the way that you wrote it here, then people will click on it. So it's definitely happened, and I've definitely gotten leads from here by using this method. Okay, so that's all there is to it. So again, you set up your campaign, you set up your budget, you set up the ad, and verify your ad, make sure it's compelling content. So think through this before you come in here and set it up. And then you choose your keywords, choose what you want to match on the keyword and what your bids are. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel this for right now because I don't want to set this up quite yet. And that is it for Bing Ads. So the next thing that I'm going to go through is solo ads. Now, what solo ads are is that there are people out there, solo ad vendors, that maintain large lists of email subscribers. And they guarantee you a certain number of clicks from their list. So they'll take your email and they'll send it out to your list, and they'll guarantee that whatever, if you pay for 100 clicks, that 100 people on their list will click on the link in your email. Okay, so they send out an email to their list, and that click should go to a lead capture page. Like I said before, it should be like a generic lead capture page. Now, the thing to remember about solo ads is that there is no guarantee that they're going to take action. All the solo ad vendor does is guarantee that they're going to give you the click. So this is a very fast way to get people onto your list. Remember, it's very cold traffic. But most subscribers on these people's lists are in the make money niche. So you will get people who could be interested in your stuff. So you're going to need to be very compelling on the other side, have a strong email follow-up campaign, really add value. As people do come on your list, they see you as somebody who stands apart, not somebody who just sells to them. Now, there is a drawback to this method that I want to make sure that you are aware of, and that is that these are not targeted leads, so you have no idea if you're hitting the right audience. Remember, in Twitter and in Bing, we did search terms that people were actually looking for, so that is very targeted. But when you send a solo ad, they might be in the make money niche, but they're not targeted. They're not looking for anything in particular. They just get emails from this solo ad vendor. So you don't know if you're hitting the right audience, and the audience can be pretty skeptical. They get a lot of emails. So, but they do guarantee that you'll get the clicks. So it's really up to you as to what you do with them once they actually click on your stuff. Okay. Now, a few other things that I want to mention about solo ads. I highly suggest that you test out with a few vendors, do a small number of clicks, and check your results. See what's happening. Are people getting onto your list? Are they opening the emails? Are they opening follow-up emails? So, watch them for the first few times and see what the quality of traffic is that you're getting from these vendors. And if it's good, then you can go ahead and do some more orders and do larger orders. Now, also vendors will do things like they'll guarantee that it will all be from, the US, and the UK, and Canada, and Australia, and it won't go to all of these other countries that don't generally have money, or they have problems with credit cards, or things like that. So you'll pay a little bit more per click. And a good price for a click is 30 cents a click to 50, 60 cents a click. You start getting up into $1.50, and those are very experienced vendors with good quality lists. At least that's what they say. And so they're going to charge you more. So you can find out people's prices and check around a little bit. Make sure your lead capture page is strong, gets the clicks so that it they actually gets the lead once the click goes over there. So they can go to that page. So if you run 100 clicks and you only get 10 people opting in, probably not a very good result. But if you get 30 or 40 people that opt in, then you have a good lead capture page for that traffic. And then make sure you have a good sales funnel and follow-up series to move them through, build some value and relationship with them to get the sale. Okay, so those are some things to remember with a solo ad. And what I want to do is just go over and show you a couple of things with solo ads. So the first thing is that when you do solo ads, you need to set up a PayPal account. So most people have one, but if you don't, you need to set one up because this is how most solo vendors take payment, is that you can pay them through PayPal. So the process of doing this is that you'll look for someone that's advertising a solo ad, and then you will they'll usually post the price and the number of clicks available. I'm going to show you a site where you can find some of them. And then you're going to give them a link to your offer. So whatever your page is that you're driving them to, and say, hey, I'm looking at running a solo ad with you once you figure out how to contact them. And here's the link that I want to send. Are you willing to send it? And some people, won't send things to like Empower Network or, some of the other things out there because their list has seen too much of it. So they just are not willing to send certain things. So just make sure that they will do that. Otherwise, sometimes you'll go ahead and just pay for an ad and then they're like, oh, sorry, I won't send this to my list and you got to get a refund and all that. So just say, hey, I want to do a solo with you and here's my link. Is it something that you can do? So then you want to confirm the price and the number of clicks and where to send the payment. They'll give you their PayPal address, and then you go ahead and make the payment, come back to them with the transaction ID, show proof of payment in PayPal, and in paypal.com you can go under send money and enter the email that they give you and put in the amount and then send money, and it'll come back with a transaction ID. Now, then you're going to provide them with what's called a tracking link. So a tracking link is when you go and you use Google to goo.gl, and you'll take your link that you have up here, put it into goo.gl.com, and it's going to come back and give you a special tracking link. And then you give that tracking link to the solo ad vendor. That's a unique link for you, and you can go back and look and make sure that you got the right number of clicks delivered to you for that. And then you'll provide them with Swipe. You'll provide them with Swipe that has a subject and body in it. So keep an eye on that tracking link. Make sure you get all the clicks coming through, and then look in your back office to measure how many opt-ins you got, or your autoresponder to measure how many opt-ins versus how many clicks. And this, like I said before, it will help you measure the quality of the vendor. Okay, now the other thing that I want to do is show you some sample Swipe. So again, this is going over to this page right here. Free video reveals. So I'm going to send solo traffic to this page, right? And when I come over there, this email should be congruent with what you're sending them to. So this is my subject line. Free video reveals what is stopping you from getting to 6 figures. That's the subject that the vendor will put in their email. And then I go ahead and I have some text here. Now I put in this section here for hyperlink. So when I send them my tracking link, the solo ad vendor is going to see it now and make it connect to my tracking link. And then you'll have text inside of here, and again, they'll link this, watch the video here, to the hyperlink. They'll put in their name and then always give a PS for them, and they'll put in the hyperlink on click here. So now some solo ad vendors will not take your Swipe. They want to write their own. They know what gets the clicks on their list, and you need to decide if you want that or not. You can ask them what sort of Swipe they'll send. Some will share with you, some won't. So it just depends on whether or not you want to work with those people as to whether or not you want to use your Swipe or go ahead and use theirs. All right, so the other thing that I want to show you here is the solo ad directory. Now this is soloaddirectory.com, and this is a great place to go and just when you're getting started, look for some solo ad vendors. So when you go here, you'll see, this particular vendor's name and also their reviews. So one guy I like to use is Emka. And if you go to Emka's site, he'll show you, his testimonials, how to reach him, his website. He's very good at like how everything works. He has traffic packages. He tells you where the traffic comes from. He does a really good job at eliminating, a lot of different areas where you don't get good traffic. He has testimonials right here that you can look through. You can always reach out to these people and verify and get more testimonials. So you can look at all these websites and make a decision if you want to work with them or not, and then he'll tell you how to reach out to him and get the conversation started about running solos. So this is a great place to do that. Also on Skype, if you're a part of Skype, you can search for solo ad rooms, and there are a bunch of rooms where people are in doing solo ads. Okay, so that is it for solo ads. All right, now the next thing I want to talk about are blog posts. So this is the fourth way that we're going to walk through. Now this is good because this is free traffic and it's branded to you on your blog. Now if you have a good plugin for SEO, for search engine optimization, and it's properly done on your blog posts and pages, then your posts are going to show up under certain keywords when people are searching, and that gets you free traffic. Now, make sure that your posts are of value, and those posts can link to more information or in your signature for your product or your opportunity. So it can be more subtle, but make sure your posts are written with value in whatever you're providing there on your blog. Make sure that the title, the text, the metadata, the tags are all tagged to your primary keyword. And then you want to have good logical categories on your blog so that if people go there, they do see a post and they can find other things that you've done. Once you have done your new blog post, make sure that you ping your blog, go to ping.fm, and that is going to take your blog and make sure that all the different search engines around the world have the fact that you have updated your blog, and that will help get you more traffic to your blog when people are doing searches. Okay, so now we're going to pop over to here, and we're just going to go ahead and take a look at my blog. So you'll see that I have a header here on my blog. I have where social media, where people here can reach out. I have a top level here, home, how you can consult with me, people's testimonials, and then I have all the categories that I have from internet marketing tips, online business from home, personal development, and Aweber. Over here is a place where you can opt into my blog. So if you remember this, okay, this free video, right? So when they click here, they actually go to that page. All right, so this is how I'm getting them to opt in. You can also have a video here that asks people to do the same thing, which I actually have completed. I just need to upload it here to my blog. And then this is how the post looks, right? So you give it a title and you put a video in, and then you have a description here which talks about what's in the video. And then right here, I have a click here, and this is going to take me to the traffic training program that I sell, one of my products. And so people can click here and go look at that opportunity. All right, so that is what a blog post or sort of the structure should look at. If I were to edit that post, then I'll show you a couple of the things that I was talking about. So the main thing that I am looking at here is that inside of the post, I want to have the right search engine stuff. So I have a plugin here, and it's called WordPress SEO, I think is the name of it. And I'll go verify that in just a sec. Oh, SEO by Yoast, okay? And so my focus keyword is Bing Ads, all right? And so you want to make sure that it is in your title, which is the page title, the heading of the article, which is the overall title of the article. It's inside the URL, it's in the content, and it's in the meta description. The meta description is right down here where you write that. Also, this is the article title. It's also, this is the page name, right? So Bing Ads, Bing Ads. Bing Ads is in the text, all right? And it's also in what you do in the meta description down here. Also, make sure when you do tags that it's set up in here in Bing Ads. Plus, you can also put other things. I want people to find by name. We can look at Yahoo Ads, internet traffic, lead generation. Those are some other things. And then you mark your category so it shows under internet marketing tips. Okay, so that is how you can go ahead and set up a blog post. Now the blog post just brings in that video, and so as a result it looks like that. You can also, there's a featured image, so you can put an image there and it shows up next to your video. So again, when I go and view this post, then people have the option and they look at that to play the video, right? They can play it from here. They can look at that. They can click on my link to go get the traffic program that I learn all these traffic strategies from. They can share it in social media as well. Okay, so that is how you set up and have a blog post. Now this is important, like I said, it's for branding, but it's also because when we get into Facebook, you're going to drive some traffic over to these blog pages. Okay, so that's why it's important if you do have a blog to set up these posts first, and then you can go into Facebook and run some ads for them. All right, so I saved the big one for last. That is Facebook advertising. So Facebook is huge, as everyone knows. Almost everybody is on Facebook. There are some nuances to Facebook advertising, though, that I want to talk about first, because Facebook ads are very different, right? People don't go to Facebook to buy things, right? They go there to socialize. So think about the last time you went to Facebook and you went there to try to find something to buy. You didn't. You went to Google, you went to Yahoo, you did some other sort of search for something that you were looking for and you bought it from there. So Facebook advertising, you need to think about it like billboards when you're in the car, right? You're driving down the road and you see a billboard along the side of the road, and sometimes you look at it and sometimes you don't. And if you look at it, can you write down the phone number? No, you're driving. So you have to really remember what those things are. So Facebook advertising is like billboards. So it's important to remember that people are not there to look at ads. They're there to socialize, connect with their friends, connect with their network. They're not there to buy. So you and your advertising should be geared towards building relationships, not towards direct sales. Direct selling is not very effective. Some of the top marketers are still trying to market on Facebook and send people to a sales page, and it's generally not working very well. So it's not very effective, but there are several methods that you can use on Facebook, so let's go through them. Okay, so the first way that you can advertise is that you can advertise to a post that you do on your fan page. So it's important for fan pages that you post regularly, because the people who like your page want to see that you're doing regular posts and you're adding value. There is an algorithm that Facebook uses. So if you do a fan page post, depending on how many people are looking at your post, liking them, commenting on them, you might have 1,000 people who like your page, but Facebook's only going to show that post to 10 of them. Okay, so it really just depends on your engagement level on your fan page as to whether or not people look at your Facebook post that you put there. So that's why and then they say, well, you can boost your posts and pay us and we'll send it to more people. So that's the trick, right? Is that you need to get a page that's very active and get shown to a lot of people for free, and then you can also advertise to the post that you do. So what I suggest is that you link your Facebook post to your blog post. And you need to be careful with pictures in your Facebook post, because if you do advertise one of those posts, Facebook is very particular that there's only 20% of the overall picture has text on it, because they want people to look at the picture and not be distracted by the text on the images. So it needs to be very minimal on any picture that you put there. And then you promote your post, your blog post. Well, you promote the Facebook post, but it goes directly to your blog. Now, when you do a fan page post, you can say boost post or promote post, right there on the fan page. And that's only going to let you do a very small little bit of targeting. So there is a way that you can get more targeted by going into the Create Ads feature, which I'm going to show you shortly. And that's going to let you get more targeted for those posts. So remember, fan page, you do your blog post first, then you come to your fan page, you write a quick little description, and you link to your blog post. Okay, so the second way that you can advertise is to get likes on your fan page. Now, this just gets you more likes. So if you got 1,000 and you want to run a campaign to get up to 1,200 or 1,500, you know, whatever that might be, then you can run a campaign where people like your page. Now, you need to treat new likes like they're leads, okay? Because you're just getting them to come over there, you're giving them a reason to like your page. It's your job, and that's why I suggest you only do, you know, a few set of increased likes at a time, because you want to reach out to them. Thank them for liking your page. Connect with them as friends. Start to build relationships with them. See how you can help them. And keep your page active and keep them coming back. So the ads that you run to your page is going to reach them, right? Because they're more engaged, they're more likely to buy. Facebook, if you're engaged with these people and they're liking on your post and commenting because you're building that relationship with them, then your page is going to see more people. So just treat them like leads, build relationships with them as they like your page, reach out, connect with them on Twitter, go to find out their blog, do all the basic relationship building there, and treat them like a lead that's going to convert and ultimately become a sale one day. Now, the other way that you can advertise on Facebook is to an outside link. So some sort of URL that you provide, and it's going to send them to an outside link, like my lead capture page that I was showing you earlier. So these are going to cost you more money. Facebook wants you to stay inside of Facebook and don't want you to leave. So they will charge you more money to go to these outside links. Now, when you set up these ads, and this really goes for any of the ads, but you can use up to 6 pictures for testing and see which pictures are working. Pictures are very interesting. Women and animals do very well. You know, heavy text, like I said, you can't really use those. You know, pictures of men don't generally convert as well as cute animals and pretty women. So that's just the way that it is with Facebook pictures. Make sure that your lead capture page or wherever page you're sending them to is congruent with your ad, okay? Because otherwise Facebook won't even approve it. And remember, this is probably the least effective way because you are sending them outside of Facebook to opt into something, to try to probably sell them something, and that's not what people are looking for there. So just be very careful with this method. It's more expensive and less effective. They're not there to buy, they're there to build relationships, and this is definitely a buy strategy. So the fourth thing that you can do in Facebook is create an event. Now, Facebook allows you to create events where you set up a name and a date and a time and invite all of your friends to attend this event. So you create the event, use a picture inside the event when you create it, give it a good description. You want to link it to where it's happening, so a live webinar or a replay or a hangout that you have scheduled to do. And you can then invite your Facebook friends, people that you're connected to. And once the event is created, then you can use Facebook ads to advertise the event. So once someone says they're attending, then they get reminders and updates about the event. So this can be a really good way to drive people to an event. And if you have a webinar system, like I use Webinar Jam, and when somebody registers for the webinar, then they get onto my list. So this is a good way, you know, sort of quietly to add people onto your list. Now, I don't abuse that list because they're there for the webinar, so I primarily just send them reminders about the webinar or about the replay, or if I'm doing another webinar they might be interested in. So, you know, treat that list well. But again, this is another way that you can promote some value by getting out there, teaching some of the methods that you've learned through a Facebook event and driving people through Facebook ads to the actual event itself. Okay, so now we're going to pop over and get into Facebook ads, and I'm going to show you a demo over there. All right, that just doesn't seem to work very well for me today. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to come into Facebook. Now, what's important is that on Facebook, you need to use, when you're doing ads, you need to use Chrome, because Google has some nuances in its advertising for that only works with Chrome, particularly a power editor. A power editor is a way that you can do some analytics, you can use custom audiences, you can do some different things with their power editor, but you need to have Chrome for that. So I just keep Chrome as a browser, and I just use it particularly for Facebook. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, you're going to need to do the same thing as you did before, as I said before, when you do ads, and that is to create an advertising account. You need to give them a credit card. Now, Facebook's different. They don't require you to fund it as you go, but you do need to, I'm going to go in here under Manage Ads. And you do need to have a credit card on file, and they will charge you a certain amount every day. Okay, so I'm going to jump in and go into my advertising account here, and you'll just see that I have some different campaigns running inside of here. And the way that the ad manager works, just so you have campaigns, pages, reports, billing, the power editor, as I mentioned. You share your history, you can build some audiences, which are based on a particular interest, and then use them inside. You'll see that I'm running a campaign here for page likes. I've gotten 17 likes. It's ended up costing me $1.74, so this is $1.74 per lead, and I've spent a total of about $30. Okay, so those are all leads that I need to reach out to and talk to them specifically. Okay, and build a relationship with them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do what's called create an ad. So when you create an ad, you need to already have your information available. So you do a page post engagement, right? Or you do page likes, you can do clicks to a website, or you can do events. All right, now some of these other things inside of here, I'm not going to talk about right now because I don't normally use those, but these are for apps. This is, you can say if somebody, you put a conversion, so if somebody actually clicks on your page and then they actually take an action, then you can track that and measure that, and you only pay for certain things that people do on your site, so that ends up costing you more. Okay, so those are the different things that you can do, and what I want to do is just come back over here to my other browser for a minute, and I'm going to pull up Facebook. Okay, now on Facebook, I have a couple things here, right? This is your main profile page. So this is where you post your status. This is where you have your friends connected, where you see your friends' posts, like my good friend Susie Rhodes. And then you have all sorts of different things here. Then Facebook keeps adding and changing your newsfeed ads. So you'll see over here that there are, if I scroll down here a little bit, I will see a sponsored post. So this is somebody that wants me to like their page, right? So that's one kind of ad, and these are the other kind of ads that show up. Okay, so those are the advertising that you can do, and then that's where things show up. And then the other thing I want to show you is my fan page, because my fan page is different. This is where people will come in and like your page. So I have 1,028 people who like my page. And those are people that will possibly see the post that I do. So you'll see here that this post that I did here, I promoted it and 6,300 people saw it. But I did one here that I didn't promote, and 23 people out of those 1,600 did. So that's the algorithm that I was talking about. So I need to do a better job at engaging people on this page to get them to comment, to like, and so my organic reach on Facebook will go up as I do that. But this is where I was talking about, where I did a post on my fan page here, and I just said, hey, I did a blog post and video to teach you how to use Bing ads to get more traffic and leads for your business. And I did a see more. I did just a picture with no text here to attract people, and then the link actually takes them. If I click on that, it goes over to my blog. But my ad that I ran for Facebook took them to this post. Okay, so Facebook likes it. It keeps it cheaper advertising because I'm keeping them inside of Facebook, and then they can choose to go to another link here if they want to. Okay, so that is the one thing that you can do. The other thing is that if I go to my home page, this is where I create events. So when you go in and create an event, you just come up here and do create event. And this is where I was saying that you go ahead and give it a name, the details, you can upload a picture and give it a where, which would be the link to a webinar or the Hangout. You can give it a date and a time. You can do invite only, or it can be publicly seen, and then you can go through and invite your friends. These are not the people who like your page, these are people who you are connected with as friends, and then create the event. And once the event is created, then you can run an ad and send traffic to the event. Okay, so let's go back over to Google Chrome, and I'm going to do an ad for page post engagement. So that's I did a post on my fan page to go to the Bing ads link on my blog, right? So if I do that, I'm going to go ahead and click here on the page that I manage, and it's going to bring up all of the posts there. So I can go ahead and choose which one I want to promote. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and then say continue. Now, as I go through, I'm not going to build this ad out all the way, but I'm going to tell you what you need to do in order to do that. Hang on, there we go. Okay, so this lets you say, do I want this in the news feed, or do I want it on the, so I can remove it from there and put it on the right. You can also set it up to go in the right column, okay? You can also set it up so it goes on mobile. Then you can create an audience. So right now, this is just going to the US and 180 million people. But you can create a custom audience that's based on a particular interest or a particular location. So if you want to run something that's just in your city, you can do that right here as well. So you can do a custom audience. This lets you get more targeted. Remember when I said that you can be more targeted here than when you are on your fan page and you just do a boost post. So down here I said so you see right here where it lets me boost the post. This means that I'm going to get charged $30. It's going to show between 31 and 8,100 people because it's going to go to my page, people who like it, and their friends. And then I can do a choose through targeting, but I only have a few things that I can use there, like the countries, the age, the gender, and some interests. But when I'm doing the ads through, when I'm doing the ads through here, I have some more flexibility because I have behaviors, I have different connections that I can use. I can create, like I said, create a custom audience. I can be very specific about the city. So I can do languages. There's more demographics that I can do, relationships. So it gives you more targeting that you can do on this ad. Okay, so go ahead and give it a name change. And then you're going to set up and run a budget. Okay, so that budget is again per day. You want to run it continuously, or you want to start and end date. And then you're bidding, and what's critical is that you let Facebook do the bidding. Now, if you come in here and say, I want to force a certain price, then they're going to just use that price and they're not going to make any adjustments. But if you let them do the adjustments, then you're going to get lower pricing and they're going to show it. So let's say, for example, you have people who are clicking on your ad. They are going to track that and start showing it to more people like those who are clicking on your ad. And all that means is that you're going to get more targeted because you're letting Facebook control who sees the ad. They have a goal of showing it to people who are most likely to click on the ad. So if you just say, I want it this much to these people, and you don't give them any flexibility, then that's exactly what you're going to get. But you'll actually get a better result if you let them do it. So keep it on bid for page post and engagement. Okay, so that is how you do that. Okay, so that's the page post. Now the other thing that you can do is the page likes. So this again is coming in and it's going to go to the page likes. It's going to let you choose images that you want to put up to get likes on your page. You're going to give them some a headline and a text and why they should like your page. Okay, and again, you can set up your audience here and do that targeting and let Facebook do the bidding. Okay, so that's how you do the page likes. Once you get in here, it's all the same. Clicks to a website. So again, if you click on that, you give a URL here. So if I wanted to use my lead capture page over here and grab this, come back over here, put that in. Okay, and then that's going to let me go ahead and upload images. I'm going to need to change my headline and text, so that's all different. So they're much more restrictive when you send it outside of Facebook, like I mentioned. But this is another way that you can set that up. And then the last thing that I want to show you is the event. So once you have your event set up, see, I don't have any, but it would let me choose from the events that I have here and go through the same process, set up pictures, set up my audience, bid for a number of people to see that, and set up so that I can generate traffic for the event through the Facebook ads. Okay, so that is the basics of the Facebook ads. And again, there's 4 ways, primary ways that you do it. Remember your audience. These are people who are here for engagement and networking, not to buy things. So focus on the value that you provide, interact with people, ask how you can help them, because that is going to be what is critical. So now I want to talk about follow-up, because it doesn't end with traffic. And I've been saying this all along, but make sure you follow up personally with your new followers and the people who like you, those that attended your event, those that comment on your blog. Be proactive, like their pages back, retweet their tweets, go and comment on their blogs, comment on the things that they're doing on Facebook. Ask them how you can help. And if you have something that can help them, ask them if you can share it, if they don't mind if you share it. And then if you are following up through emails, make sure that you have strong, consistent emails for those on your list. Add value and only sell 1 out of 7 times on those lists. You might have a campaign where you have 4, 5, 6 emails about something, but in between, another 6 or 7 just value add emails. So as they're getting things, they see you as adding value. Okay, well, we've been at this for a little while now, and I've shown you 8 different ways that you can get traffic and ultimately get leads, and at some point convert those leads into sales. So I just want to summarize really quickly and say that with traffic, remember that it's cold and it's warm. But either way, it's about building relationships. Cold, you have more work to do. Warm, it's easier, but focus on the relationship and the sales will come later. You have to remember that the work that you do today, you will see results later. A lot of people quit and give up because they want to see results today for the work that they did. And they're not patient enough to let the sales come later. So if you remember that, you will have huge success, and know that the work that you put in today, you will see the results later for that. Remember that there's targets, right? There is a video that you can put on YouTube with a link, and you use that with Twitter. You have lead capture pages, and you have blogs. You can do different methods of advertising, like Twitter, Bing ads, use blog posts, solo ads, Facebook ads. They're just some of the methods that you can use to get traffic and leads. And make sure that you follow up and that you add value and offer solutions. So next, I want to take you through step 2, because step 2, depending on when you're seeing this, is either going to be a live webinar or a webinar replay. Now, next weekend, I'm going to a conference called Internet Traffic Live, and I'm going to be learning from people, huge marketers in the industry like Jonathan Budd, Dagan Smith, Vince Reed, Michelle Pesco-Solido, Ray Higdon, and they're going to be teaching the traffic methods that they're using today to get more traffic and leads for their business. So in the webinar, I'm going to be showing the top 2 or 3 things that I learned at Internet Traffic Live, and they're going to be the latest and greatest traffic methods. Very few people in the world will know them. So I want to make sure that you catch this webinar either live or the replay. I'm also going to show you, I have some insight that there's going to be a new lead capture page software release that weekend where you're going to be able to get access to those lead capture pages and the builder for free. And remember that I'm just scratching the surface here. There are a lot more ways that you can get traffic. There's mobile advertising. There are different ways inside social that you can do that. Now, everything that I've learned, most everything that I've learned through my internet traffic system. And if you go to MITS, MITS.thediywebguy.com, you'll see the traffic system that I use to get all of my training. Now, this is a great system because it is always teaching you the latest traffic strategies. We have mastermind calls, we have mastermind meetings where we go over traffic strategies. We have a leadership council that I happen to be on as part of the traffic system, where we go over and we reiterate what the traffic strategies are, how people are having success, where people are struggling, and we try to help them. It is a really great community. It is a Facebook community where you can ask questions. So go check it out at mits.thediywebguy.com. Watch the videos there, take a look over there, and see if it's something that interests you. Next on the page is step 3. And I bring this up because I recently got involved with an opportunity. Now, I have been out of network marketing for a couple of years. I've really just focused on affiliate marketing because I, frankly, was jumping around and doing different things with network marketing companies, and it just wasn't working. And I just focused on affiliate marketing. But this company that I joined and their products that they have are really amazing. It's really helping change people's lives in a way that makes them super happy. And it's a company that's growing fast, and they're doing it smart, and they're growing international, and it's just a really exciting place to be. And I am going big with this. Like I joined because I want to hit this and make it work big. And we're building a huge team, my partner and we are focused on helping the people who join us build fast and make it easy to duplicate. We're focused on creating big profits for our team. So take a look over on step 3. And I want to just show you on step 3 where I'm talking about. Okay? So just in case, okay, so this is probably where you started today, the 3 steps to big profits, and you are watching this training video that I'm talking through right now. And the step 2 that I was talking about is the webinar. So this is the webinar and the live way that you can register for this, but this gives you some information about the webinar, and once the webinar has been done from live, I'll put the replay here. So that's where you can find it. So step 1 is the free training that you're just watching. Step 2 is the webinar, and step 3 is where you can click here and go and learn about my opportunity and also how you can connect with me. I'm happy to take emails, calls. You can connect with me on any of these areas, and I'm happy to share with you and talk with you. All right, so back to the page. So again, step 2 is about learning more traffic strategies than I was able to share with you today, and taking a look at the internet traffic system. Step 3 is taking a look at that opportunity. We're building a huge team. We are running, and we want people with us because it is going to be a good, fun ride with an amazing company and an amazing product. And I just want to do a final wrap up and make sure that you attend or watch the free webinar in step 2. I'm going to go over the new strategies that I learned at Internet Traffic Live. I'm going to show you how you can get access to free lead capture pages in that webinar. And then take a look and consider joining my team in step 3. Feel free to email me at scott@thediywebguy.com. You can give me a call. And I want to thank you again for being here. And I hope to see you next time on a webinar or on an upcoming training session. Thanks so much, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.